Hey, my friend, you are not meant to do everything. And I know you're probably thinking, like, I know that. Of course I'm not made to do everything. I'm not good at everything. But let me ask you this question. Are you acting like you were made to do everything? Or are you just saying that you know that you're not made to do everything? Because if your actions are not aligning with what you're saying, then what you're saying is just lip service, not actually what you think. If you can never let go of something and you're always thinking that you could do it better, or you could do it faster, or you don't have time to train someone to do something, or you don't have the energy to do so, right? Those are legit things. You probably, at least in the beginning, will do it faster. You will do it better. And you're right, it'll take some time. But in the long run, it will pay off to let other people help you. Delegation is so important in the life that we live. As moms and as business owners, delegation has to be a cornerstone, a key piece of our business model, of our mindset, to be completely honest. In the Old Testament, in Exodus 18, Moses is hearing cases from sunup to sundown every day. And he is slap worn out. And his father-in-law comes to him and says, what you are doing is not good. And I love this verse because it is not sugar-coated. Jethro is not saying like, hey man, like I think you might need to try something different. He's like, nah, what you're doing is not good. And if you are wearing yourself out and you are taking on the whole world and you're never letting anyone ever help you, what you're doing is not good. Listen to Jethro. All right, so then there's another example. That's an Old Testament example, but in the New Testament, there's an example. And such a beautiful, glorious example, because if there's anything that you have that you think is so important that you absolutely could not let anyone else help you, this is the example that will break that mindset. Because Jesus, who could have done it all by himself, delegated the task of telling the world about who he is, about his death and resurrection, about the kingdom of God, to 12 men who were basically no one before Jesus got a hold of them. And those 12 men, you know what they did? They told a lot of people. And they also, not only did they take it so seriously, they delegated it out as well. They trained other people too. And then those people trained more people. And in Timothy, in 2 Timothy, I'm pretty sure, please don't quote me, either first or second, we hear Paul telling Timothy to train other good men to share the gospel. Not quite verbatim, but that's basically what he said. And so when we hold on to something so tight, we're not doing it in a biblical way, the way that God intended for businesses and families to run. And so I have come up with 6 steps. I have found 6 steps. I didn't come up with these steps. But there are 6 steps to delegating and delegating well. Now, these 6 steps can be applied to your business and to your family. It won't be so strict if you do it in your family, but they will apply to family life. So let's just jump right on in, and don't be overwhelmed. It is 6 steps, but they're not complicated. The first step is the mindset shift, which we've basically already covered, right? It is knowing that letting go is okay. That letting go is not just okay, it's good. Having people help you and giving others tasks that is good. It is a good thing. It is inherently good to have others around you in community helping on one solid mission. If that's your business mission, like whatever your business is, or if that's your family mission, because you're a family and you're moving together as one. You're a team. Your family is a team, your business is a team. You have to have that mindset to know, to be able to delegate before you even begin, right? So, mindset. Be ready and be willing to do it. Number two is deciding what to delegate. Because everything, you can't get other people to do everything for you, then you won't be doing anything, and that's not good either. So what are the things that you should let go of, right? They can fall into one of 3 of these categories. They can fall into several of them or just one, doesn't matter. Things that you do not like, things that you are not good at, and things that you do not have the time for. Now, a lot of things can fall into each of those categories. So you have to look at your life and write down a list. I love a list. I am huge on the list. So write a list and write down 3 columns that say not good at, don't like, don't have time for. And those are the things that you should start with. Do not overwhelm yourself, right? You might want to do this for your business, like just for your business, and then just do it for your family as well, because they're both important. And don't overwhelm yourself. Just start with 1 to 3 tasks that are on one of these lists in your personal life and in your business. And just start with those. So now that you have them, right? What do you do with them? How do you get someone to actually be doing those things for you, right? So you know what they are. And the next thing is creating standard operating procedures for those things. Like I said earlier, you are not going to be as formal with your family. Like, I would not suggest writing a step-by-step guide on how to unload the dishwasher. It's probably not the way to do it. I feel like your husband might be mad at you if you do that and hand it to him. So not the best idea, but you do know how to do it. So it would be more like verbal standard operating procedures, right? This is kind of where things go. If he's literally never done it, like, you may have to give him some stuff, some information. But in your business, especially things that you've been doing for a while, but now you're trying to hire someone on to do that, you want to write step by step how someone who has never done it before would do it. Like, and you want to make sure that these standard operating procedures, I did miss this, the SOPs, that they're in one central location for your business. If that's a Trello board, that's for SOPs. If that's a Word document or a Google Drive folder with Word, whatever the equivalent to Word is in Google, documents in that Google Drive. If it's a Word document on your computer, like whatever it is, you want it to be somewhere that you can get to easily, that you can edit later, and that somewhere that one central location. I'm sorry, yes, in a central location. So yeah, so now you're gonna take and literally step by step each thing that would need to be done to do whatever that task is for your business. Now, I know that there are things in your business that you're going to hire out because you're not very good at it. Let's take your accounting or your bookkeeping or something like that. If you are going to hire someone out, maybe you don't know exactly what they need to be doing, but you do know when things are due because you've been doing it. You do know when your quarterly taxes need to be done. You do know your login information that you need to be able to get them. Don't put your login information on a Google sheet. I'm just saying, that type of information needs to be given to the person doing your accounting. But you do know some of the things. If you're hiring someone to do your website, then you don't know how to do a website. I get that. That's why you're going to get someone to do that. But you do know your brand colors. You do know where your logo is. You do know some of this stuff. So, create a standard operating procedure for each of the tasks that you're going to start with to give them out. So at this point, we have shifted our mindset. We have decided what we're going to be letting go of and delegating out. And we've created an operating procedure that is standard operating procedure. We've created SOPs, sorry. So the next step is to find somebody to be able to do those things, right? To either assign, if it's in your family, or if you already have an employee or a contractor, assign that task, or hire someone to do those things. And how do you hire? How do you find someone to do that? Well, my suggestions are to ask your friends, your business friends, your friends you see next door, like your neighbors. Do some Google searching, looking on Instagram, any kind of networking events. There's all kinds of places to find virtual assistants that will do the tasks that you yourself are looking for. Or if you're hiring something at your house and you want to get your grass cut or something, like you're done cutting your grass, then ask around, ask your neighbors, ask the people at church that go with you. Someone knows somebody that they will recommend for you. do some Googling, read some Google reviews. It's not difficult, especially in the day and age that we live in, to find people that are experts in the field that you don't want to do anymore, right? So that's the second. That's number 4. Number 5 is to train this person and be patient with them. This is an investment into the future. You are correct that you would be able to do it faster than them. If you're hiring someone for your business and you yourself have been doing your social media strategy this whole time, even if you're not the best at it, you've been doing it, so you know what you like and you know when to post and you know all this stuff and you know your brand colors and how you like things to look and all that stuff. You know that. You've been doing it for a long time. This person is brand new, so being patient is key. And you're right, you could do it faster in the beginning, but if you train them and you're patient with them and you hand them the SOP and you say, these are the things that I really need done, in the long run, you will have invested now and saved so much time down the road because of the work you're doing. So be patient and train them, be kind and love on them in such a way that they want to be part of your team and they're excited about your vision and your mission. And so if you're delegating out in your family, like I said earlier, like if your husband has never unloaded the dishwasher before, he may not know where that weird gadget goes, right? So train and be patient, answer questions and be willing. And if some things are going wrong, well, if it's in your family and it's your husband, it's his house too, so he gets to decide some stuff, right? So you kind of gotta let that go. But if it's your kids and they're putting things in weird places, then you correct them and you help train them up in the way that your family and your household runs. If it's your business and there's things that you don't like, then you talk to them. You be willing to have conversations. You answer any questions that they have. So let that communication, especially in the beginning, be very free-flowing and work together to work out the kinks. All new business relationships are difficult in the beginning. They are not difficult. Difficult's a bad word. It's just a training process. I don't know a good word for it. Maybe difficult's right. I'm not sure. But it will get easier as you guys move forward in your business relationship or as your kids are unloading the dishwasher more, right? Like, it will get better. Now that you have trained this person and you've been patient, number 5, I don't know what number I'm on anymore. Number 5, I think, is to reevaluate. Okay? So as you're moving through and things are rocking and rolling, you need to have regular interval points to meet with this person who you've hired out, right, for your business. And depending on what the project is, will depend on how often you need to meet with that person. And this needs to be something that you guys set up when you're hiring them. Are you going to meet weekly? Is it that often you need to meet? Do you need to meet monthly? Is this like a quarterly project type thing? If it's someone just doing your taxes, that's once a year, right? Like, you need to know when you're going to meet with them and evaluate the work that they've been doing and just keep your communications open. Being vague is not being kind. It's just confusing. If you're trying to be nice and you're just saying out platitudes and something's wrong, but they don't know it, you're just gonna get frustrated and eventually let them go. And that's worse. Like, if you could have just had a conversation, then you may have been able to fix the problem. So be willing to reevaluate and keep your lines of communication open and adjust as needed. Now, here's the last one. This is number 6. Number 6 is to enjoy it. Enjoy it. You did the work. You decided, you hired, you created your SOPs, you trained, you were patient, you did all this stuff, you're regularly evaluating. Like, just enjoy not having to be in control of this. Don't be a micromanager. As long as you're like staying on top of it and you're continuing to reevaluate, you don't have to micromanage because you have trained these people so well. Now you get to enjoy the time that you have gained back And you can invest that new time that you have not doing whatever that thing is that you didn't like into things that matter more to you. You can do the deep work for your business. If you did hire someone to do your grass once a week or once every 2 weeks or whatever, you can play games on the floor with your kids or whatever it is that you want to do. But now you get to enjoy all the hard work that you did up until that point. And you get to enjoy it for a really long time, way longer than it took you to set it up. So these are the 6 steps. Let's run through them one more time. Your mindset needs to be shifted. You need to decide what you're going to delegate. You need to create standard operating procedures to be able to do so. You need to hire or assign, number 4. Number 5 is make sure you have regular evaluation points. And then number 6 is to enjoy all the hard work that you're doing and use that time that you have invested wisely. That's it, my friends. You can do it. You can delegate out tasks. You do not have to do it alone, and you should not do it alone. All right, guys.